at the 28-yard line. Tim Marchibroda made the decision, instead of going for it on 4th and a long 2, decided to send in the punting team. What do you think Jeff George thought about the decision?
Well, I think any quarterback wants to go for it, and he looks over and he says, "Oh, geez, let's go for it."
I think "geez" was the one word he left out of that.
Something like that. Yeah, but, I like the fact, and I like the decision. I mean, you're in this ball game. You don't want to give them good opportunity to have field position.
Ted Marchibroda may have pointed out, you may be the quarterback, I am the coach. Joseph trying to get the first down. Coriat pins him at the 30, but it may be enough to move the sticks.
Coriat becoming much more comfortable with the middle linebacker position and really becoming a lot more aggressive. He got blocked a lot last week. Now he just reads the hole, comes up inside, plays off the block, playing tough and strong. The last week in particular against Buffalo, I mean, they just moved him back and cut him and did everything they wanted to. Playing tough tonight.
Still learning the position. First down, Brister, play action again. Another blitz off the corner, and Brister goes down. Lost the ball, but after the sack by John Hand. Here's the guy who had some big years with the Colts. Then they moved him inside last year, had career low numbers, is delighted to be back outside at end.
Right part of your screen, John Hand. Tom McHale, number 68, is playing that left tackle position because Broderick Thompson can't play. And he's another guy who's filled in. I mean, here's a guy who's been a guard all his life and now gets his second start at the tackle position.
And keep in mind, that tackle can't see Bubby Brister backpedaling right where he's blocking the guy either. 2nd and 19. Colts put on more pressure, and Brister throws it away. Threw it at the feet of Joseph. The Colts are last in the NFL in sacks. They came into this game with 17, 3 below the next worst team. One of the reasons is that Entman was injured at the beginning of the year, and they switched to a 4-3.
This is a situation where Rick Venturi, the defensive coordinator, would like to try and blitz Bubby Brister. I don't think it'd be a great idea. I think he'll just play too deep, make sure the wide receivers don't get down the field 20 yards so they can pick it up and get pressure, even though you don't have a Steve Entman to get it done inside.
Entman hurt both years in the league. Brister to Walker on the screen. And the Colts swarm on it. Nice job by Dwayne Bickett to fight off the block, maintain his balance, and turn Herschel Walker back inside where he got a lot of help. Bickett is one tough player.
Mike, in the last 2 years, the guys that are playing linebacker for the Colts, Bickett was on the right side, Harrod was in the middle, Coriat basically was a rookie who played inside in a 3-4 in college. All of them are playing new positions, and they played well the latter couple weeks.
And they're excellent athletes. Fiegels, another high floating punt to Verdun. He won't make the fair catch after looking at the coverage. And can't get anything out of it anyway. Back to the 23, loss of 1 on the return. A punt of 49. The Colts defense did its job. 10-3, Philadelphia over Indianapolis from the Hoosier Dome.
Clyde Simmons, the right defensive end of the Philadelphia Eagles, he's playing up front what used to be the strength of that Eagle defense. And by his own admittance, he said now as a defensive line, we're the weakest part of it. And that's just been because of the people that have left. They're certainly not the smallest part, I can tell you that, with the fridge in there. But, I mean, they've had a lot of transition, a lot of additions. Reggie's gone. Jerome obviously is gone. They've got some lighter players and guys out of position.
Could have been one of the best defensive lines of all time. Short play action. Going thrown for 74 yards so far. Gets this one out to Aaron Cox. Only his 3rd catch of the year. The former Rams' #1 draft pick. The defensive comparison in a year ago, the numbers that stand out here, you get down to the bottom for the sacks, 43 against 24, and the rushing yards, this year giving up 141 yards on the ground. That's the thing that William Perry has helped a little bit. It stabilized the rush defense. And Bud Carson has played musical chairs because of injury. Verdun comes in as a wide receiver on 1st and 10. Throw again. Under pressure, they got him. The 2nd sack for Andy Harmon.
Well, when you get down to your third tackle, Joe Stasiak is playing the right tackle position. Andy Harmon, trouble with the Achilles. There's Stasiak down here. Harmon's just going to come flying around and make the play. 91 does a good job of just going inside. Stasiak doing what he can to try and hold up. Can't get it done. Right part of your screen. And Andy Harmon's playing as well as anybody up front for the Eagles.
Has a career-high 9.5 sacks, and now it's 2nd and 18 for Indianapolis. George throwing short, dropped by Kerry Cash. And then he's pushed by William Thomas and then gets the crowd into it. Well, you drop one on Jeff George, you're going to get that icy stare.
I don't blame him. I mean, we saw it in the Washington Redskins game. I mean, here's a guy who's doing what he can do. He's putting the ball where it belongs. Guy's got to make plays. You can't play in this league unless you can catch the football if you're a wide receiver. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. There's nobody around you. You got to make plays. Kerry Cash got benched a few weeks ago, and Ted Marchibroda did it as a wake-up call. You keep dropping the ball, you're going to wake up some other city. You're not careful.
Maybe the alarm hasn't gone off yet. Caught 38 balls this year. 3rd and 18 for George. Here comes the blitz. Throws underneath to Potts. Got a great block. Potts can't get the first down out of bounds at the 43. Stasiak took 2 guys out on the screen.
You know, it's so funny when a guy makes a play, gives up a sack, and all of a sudden he turns around, gets out front, makes up for it.
Now the crowd booing because they want Ted Marchibroda to go for it again. He's only down by 7 points from his own 42-yard line in the second quarter. Fans sometimes, you wonder.
Yeah, well, you know, as a fan, we all would say, hey, that would be great to go for it. But coach is doing the right thing. Coach Marchibroda is making the right decision.
Start. Pretty kick this time to Sycamore. Decides at the last minute to let it go, and it takes a great bounce to the Colts out of bounds inside the 10. A 50-yard punt from Ron Stark and out of bounds. A man with 3 NFL punting titles. Sammy Baugh and Gerald Wilson had 4. That's the best all time.
There's big number 79. The screen's in the middle. Stasiak gets up on Byron Evans, gets a hand on him. Then he lays down somebody else and just really creates a lane for Rosie Potts to run. And William Thomas, number 51, comes from the other side of the field. There he's in coverage. Now he reacts. Now off he goes. Now he runs him down.
Well, they're really high on William Thomas.
He's one of these great young linebackers like a Brian Cox.
Eagles from the 7. Walker. Herschel turns the corner. Puts his head down and bangs into Belser. You know, Herschel Walker in his career in the NFL has 7,356 yards rushing coming into this game. People forget he played 3 years in the USFL. If he had played his entire career in the National Football League and in an offense that was suited to his abilities, you would be talking about this man as maybe the best running back ever. He would be up around 12,000 yards and still can play a lot of football. Brister on the quick out to Williams. Makes a nice move to get extra yardage across the 40. Eugene Daniel made the tackle.
Good, quick, crisp throw. Calvin goes down 5 yards, runs the quick out. Now watch this, plant and pivot back. Eugene Daniels coming from the outside like you'd like to, except that you can stop and start so quick on the AstroTurf. Calvin picks up the extra yardage.
Brister has hit 9 out of 15 for 101 yards. The 2-minute warning in Indianapolis. Back in a moment. 2 minutes to go, first half from Indianapolis. Eagles leading the Colts 10-3. Coming up at halftime, the fastest 3 minutes in television with Chris Berman. Still laughing about that commercial. After further review, Chris and Tom Jackson, and then back to the Hoosier Dome for Joe's first half analysis. And he's also going to get on that ironing board and show us how it's done. Roosevelt Potts has gone to the locker room with a sprained ankle. So the Colts will check on his condition.